So we were introduced by Rachel Zoe, who Jeremiah used to work with. I remember Rachel telling me, like, oh, we just hired this guy, he's so great, he's awesome, like, I can't wait for you to meet him. He was dating someone else, I was dating someone else. It was actually super appropriate when we met. We were like, hey, it's so great to finally meet you, because we had heard so much about each other. And then I think 2.5 years later, we were both single, and Jeremiah happened to be out here in New York City, and we made plans, and we've been together ever since. We're kind of high lesbian, sort of moving van arrived, and that's sort of what it is. Like, so we've been together since our very first date.
Love at first sight.
It was, though. Our first date never ended, so here we are. How many years later? 8 years?
8 short years.
I think I knew that Jeremiah was somebody that I would be able to really build a beautiful life with, that he would build a beautiful life for himself, that I would be able to meet him at any phase of his life in kind and with respect and with joy for his accomplishments. And so it was, I don't know, sometimes you just look into someone's eyes and you can see the story sort of unfold.
I really believe in connection and intimacy, and nothing's more sexy to me than intimacy. We really work hard to maintain that connection. We both like each other, which is really great when you're married to somebody. You know, we both like each other and we love each other. We love spending time with one another. We respect each other. And I think it's talking a lot, which is not a popular thing for a lot of people, but that's like the sexiest thing to me in the world is, and the most intimate thing is really connecting and talking. And
well, intimacy too is like being known, you know, and it takes, to be known, you have to be really vulnerable. And so vulnerability, I think, is like a huge thing in any relationship, because if you're willing to be vulnerable, it means you're willing to be known, and we're willing to know each other. The sides of us that aren't so great, the sides of us that are really challenging, the sides of him that are super challenging.
There's hardly any.
I mean, like the days that he's
you
really
are a
difficult.
Monster. I don't know who you think you're fooling
like,
right now. His self-awareness is another thing that's really sexy about him, in case you were wondering.
I think at the end of the day, we really know each other, and I think that has been sort of the glue that allows us to keep building on this foundation that we have as a couple.
You know, you've got to really kind of understand what somebody else is going through, whether you're in different chapters, and you've got to constantly have those conversations and those check-ins, and that, I know, is what we do really well.
Jeremiah is incredibly funny. If I have an afternoon, there's nobody I'd rather spend an afternoon with. It's just fun. Like, we have a really good time. Like, ultimately, that's what makes me so happy. Like, the way he sees the world, and how there's always a lot of humor in it. I think there's really something to be said for growing old with the person that you love and the person that you were meant to be with. And I think that there's a piece in that. And this bucket of who should I be with, which consumes a lot of people, is over for me. It has been since we met.
You know, I've watched the evolution of our love story from when we met and what you thought was, you know, incomparable to anything else, and then getting married, and then it explodes into something else, and then you have kids, and then it explodes into something else because you see each other in a very different facet again. I'm excited to see where it continues to evolve, because we got so lucky that we didn't have to compromise in our love story. We found each other, and we are exactly what we always wanted and didn't know we needed in a lot of ways. So I'm kind of looking forward to the future.